What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Like I said at every beginning of the video, I'm so happy to be back. Thank you guys for returning and watching another vlog. Anyway, today we're going to be continuing this coupe build. I got the front end off the hatch on it. It's not welded on yet, it's just being held up by a jack. But I gotta just do some more measuring because this needs to be cut more. The frame rail needs to be cut a little more. This side I need to cut a little more off of there or here, depending on what I feel like doing, and then it'll be a lot better lined up. Matt Talbot will be coming by to help me out. He's bringing a tape measure, so we actually are doing it right. But yes, he pointed out that I shouldn't have cut until I had a tape measure and measured some stuff. Anyway, regardless, I cut extra. I know there's more than enough there. So worst case scenario, I just either cut more from the coupe or I cut more from the front end. Regardless, it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be lined up and it's gonna be pretty sweet. But for now, let's just wait for Matt, and when he gets back here, I'll start filming again. So I just put the skirt from the hatch and the fender on just to reference like space and stuff. Since I don't have a tape measure right now, it's kind of handy being able to just use the fenders and stuff, that like OEM stuff, to align it. It's not anywhere near a line, but it looks really good just having like a fender on and a skirt. Even though it's up in the air, it looks awesome just being able to have some fender and stuff. So Matt and I just lining it up. We're doing some quick little measurements. He told me to put on those little arms right there. What are those technically called? Just some tension rod brackets, just so we can line up the radius support. So we're gonna have to cut off some of the more of the car instead of cutting off part of this front end, which is a lot easier. It's like solid, you know. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Okay, so Matt just left, but he gave me some critical information and helped me while he was here with aligning this front end. We got this side cut a little more to make it a little more straight of a path. I gotta cut some more of this out. Since this is all going anyway, I'll cut whatever I want, get that stuff gone. Leave this alone, this is important, so you can't be cutting that, but get some of this off so I can not have to overlap and have a straight shot. This side's still a little bit crooked. As you can see, those two dots, these are both the same thing. So on my old car, this was that. So I need to cut some more of either this or that off. Most likely gonna be a little bit of both, and try to cut like little half circles just so I can have a nice straight path. For this situation, I'm gonna have to try to cut some of this. It's just, you know, at the end of the day, it's really just some lining up, just a little bit of time, you know, using your brain, get some proper measurement tools, and really make it right. But trying to make sure that this is a nice solid front end and I don't have it fall off of me in the track, and you know, so let's just make sure this goes right. But it is holding itself up, not securely, but it's up, and I feel pretty good about it. It looks good, a little crooked, but in time everything's going to work out and it's gonna look awesome. I can't wait. Silver front end will be coming on. You know, it's a big process. It's a lot more work than you guys think. It's not just cut and weld. It's not just, you know, that type of stuff. It's really use your brain, use the skills that you can take away from other things, and at the end of the day, you'll get what you need. But like this stuff over here, I need to figure out wiring for this, because there's just a lot of stuff. When you're rechassising and you're doing stuff like this, there's a lot of stuff you have to think about between moving this over. Matt said, like with pop-ups, the right side fuel, I guess left side fuse box is completely useless because that's all for like, you know, this operation. So I won't even need to use that, so I have to simplify the harness. There's a lot of stuff with swapping, and you know, you have to like think about, all right, when I tub the bay, how am I gonna route this harness? So it's all about patience, it's all about using your brain. But at the end of the day, you can always get it just using, you know, the skills you take from other things and using your head, you know. So we're gonna get this thing looking right. But for now, let's keep cutting. All right, guys. Currently, second day at it. Right now, I have the front end vice grip together. Did a little bit of extra cutting, but I'll show you guys what I've did so far and what I'm about to be doing just to make sure it's all lined up. So I got this side lined up. There's obviously a gap here, but it's both straight cuts, so it'll go right together. The only reason it's not completely together right now is because this side is far off. As you can tell, these are the same dots, so I have to either cut all this off and put that onto the side, or cut this side off. But because of this seam right here, you see how it's all rusted and messed up right there, I'd rather just cut this part of the frame so that I can get rid of that nasty seam and use my nice seam right here. So I'm gonna line this up using a little piece of paper. I'm gonna have to like sketch it out, and then I can line it right up. So this right here is what I have to cut. I lined it up and seen how far it is from the edge of this circle right there to the end of the frame. So I just lined that up on a piece of paper like that. You can see the little circle. And then put it over this circle and see how much I have to cut. So I'm gonna cut here off. Dumb. Oh wow, dude, look how it's all zoomed in on you. Right now, frame rails perfectly lined up. Obviously there's a little gap, but it's getting plated anyway. You can't just weld the frame rail together, so I gotta put plates over and support that. And this side is fully seated also, perfectly seated. I just gotta plate that also. And this hole is pretty much as perfect as perfect gets, as well as that hole. So, with that said, I got perfectly straightened out front end on my coupe. Right now it's held in by vice grips on each side, and we got the caster or the tension rod arms right in there, the tension rod brackets rather. They're put into the radius support and the frame rails. So now that we got the front end on, tomorrow I'm gonna have Matt check it out and we're gonna just start tacking. Then we got the bumper and fenders on. The radius support is literally perfect right now. It's held on absolutely perfectly. So obviously that wheel's hanging, but everything lines up mint. Look at, I mean, like seriously, it's literally perfect. So now that we got this front end on perfectly, I'm gonna start tacking. All right, day 3, we're back at it. Like last thing you guys saw was me lining it up, getting it all set to be welded. Tonight, we're tackling the welding aspect. So I got myself some 3/16 steel, just some flat iron. This is really good for the frame rails right here. We're gonna slap that over the frame rails so we can plate it and have it properly supported. Then I got over here, I got a flop disc. Matt Talbot, shout out to you for showing me these. And this is really good for sanding down welds. And the last thing you guys are gonna need is motivation. That's all you need. Whoa. So as you guys can see, I've already done a little bit off the camera. I just don't wanna post something or film it before I get it like right. I just did some welding over the rails right here, then sanded it down a little bit, or grinded it down a little bit. I gotta do a little more grinding just to make it more flush, but as of right now, it's looking pretty smooth. And like I said in the previous clips, or maybe the last video or something, this cannot be overlapping. So this is the old chassis, or the new chassis, this is the old chassis. I'm gonna have to cut right in the middle, right here while it's lined up. I'll just cut right in the middle, and it'll be perfect. So you guys are gonna see me cut that right now, and then we'll start welding. Just like that, you got a perfect seam right there, ready to be welded over. And just like that, guys, we got some clean welds. So I did a little measurement to see what I should do. And I got one little plate for that right there. So I can just weld it up and see how it looks. So Dom over here is doing a little floor patching. So we got his little piece right on top of the hole, tacked it down, and I just threw down a little bead just to show him, trying to get some light, just to show him a little basis. Some beautiful dime right there, melted right into the metal. But yeah, he's gonna be filling that in. And we'll catch up on him once it's done.
Carl have a seat soon. It's like 11:30, I think.
Yeah.
This guy's fucking.
We've been welding Dom's car, patching the floor and stuff. Had a lot of stuff going on.
You want to show him?
Yeah, sure.
On the paper. We cut out the templates. I got him right first try, pretty pumped. Look, hey, this guy is way better than me. Well, fuck it.
Yeah, we had to fill in a lot of gaps here.
Oh,
it was kind of hard right there because it dips down a lot, and we didn't really want to cut out like a plate. It'd be
this is ungrinded too. This is bare.
So we had to. I just stacked and stacked and stacked and stacked, and I got it to be like pretty much flush.
I mean, this shit. That's a piece of his S13 Coupe.
Not the prettiest over there, but it was like a rusty spot, so it kept burning through. It was just difficult. Alright guys, day like something, and we're back at it in the garage. Now we're finally getting down to the plates on my frame. I did one so far. I already got this one on pretty solid, and then nice weld on top and all around. Just getting that thing right and solid. Then now next step would be grind down, but before I do that, I want to fill in all corners and then I can start grind down. So I'm gonna fill in a weld on this seam now to get this plate on. For now it's just tacked, but that's the concept. I put a like a plate on top of it, welded all corners or all sides, and that's the same thing I'm gonna do on this side. But for now, let's focus on one side at a time and get that one done. So I got this side on the top now welded on, as you guys saw. All I gotta do is do this side right there and the bottom, and that side is all set. I'm excited guys, I already have a lot of this planned out, and I just gotta keep cutting, keep welding, and the front end will be finished. And then all I gotta do is tub. Well guys, that'll be the end of today's video. Very sporadic video with a lot of stuff going on, and I just want to try to keep it as organized as possible. I was going to separate it initially, but I decided to put all of the cutting process, or the lining up and welding process on one video. Next week you'll have tubbing, hopefully, and then maybe some of Maddie's car, maybe some of Dom's car. But as of right now, guys, the frame is all set, everything's situated, and you guys will see me doing some more content shortly. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week.